I just got out of work and I'm tired. But I just uh, came in the the driveway, and just thought that I'd record something real quick. I haven't recorded in a while, and whenever I feel inspired to do so, I will. I just wanted to quickly, for a little bit, talk about recharging and the importance of that. Not sure exactly where to start, but it's important to have a source where you can recharge parts of yourself or recharge yourself. That's why it's important to have alone time, to have certain passion, things that make you feel good about yourself, about being yourself, or things that make you feel good about just being alive, things like that. It's important to have those. It is very important to have routines. It is very important. I was talking with someone today, and coworker, and we were talking about a couple things, but one of the things that we were talking about was the importance of routines, having a routine. And I told them that every week I had I used to take the bus and go around Albuquerque for a little bit, and I go from Rio Rancho all the way. Anyway, yeah, I just crossed all of Albuquerque, but yeah, and I was saying that when I stopped doing that routine 2 years ago, at first I did it just, I don't know, just to do it, something I felt like I needed. And then I didn't realize that it was something I needed, I guess, until after I stopped doing it, after things just kind of changed and I got my own car and everything. And I just kind of stopped traveling and I just kind of stayed home. Anyway, I don't want to really talk too much about myself, but what I do want to say is that it is important to have a source where you can recharge yourself. A lot of times we will have people have a lover, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, someone who will connect with us in a romantic area or in a certain area, and when we need to really feel more connected with who we really are, we'll have a partner who can help us recharge those parts of ourselves. Sometimes we'll have a best friend. They'll make us feel good about, being happy. They'll make us feel good about our likes and things like that. Sometimes there's something that we like, and then we can share it with someone, and they will retaliate negatively, and we don't really feel good about it, But when you have a conversation with someone about something that you like, then it'll actually it'll make you feel good. It'll recharge something. It'll inspire you. You'll feel passionate, things like that. And when you really like something or you really love something, and you want to share it with somebody, we all want to do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just something in our nature that we do that people don't understand and reject it and tell people that they're wrong for doing it. But people always say misery loves company, but I've never heard a saying of the opposite, of happiness loves company. The thing is, if we want to be happy about something, then we want to share that with another person. Whatever it is that we're feeling, we want other people to feel it, whether it's good or bad. But for some reason, people focus more on the bad, which is, oh, this person's miserable, and they just want to make you miserable too. That's all that is, That's all that person's about. This person's angry inside, so they go around making other people angry as well. But when people are happy, guess what? Then they share it. They make other people happy too, whether it's on accident or on purpose. Sometimes it's just their aura, but it's just their presence. But yeah, so just don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I'm kind of getting off the subject a little bit. But yeah, the importance of recharging. Sometimes we'll have a lover, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a pet, a child, a friend, a parents, we'll even have an object, something like a passion, but I mean, mainly, yeah, just whatever makes us feel good, just whatever that is. And it is important to have your own space where you can flush out all of the energies that you've absorbed and taken in from everybody around you. There are people in the world who are very empathic, and they are more sensitive. They're more of the epitome of humanity, basically. And that makes empaths more sensitive to basic human needs, basically. And that's one reason why empaths go through so much, because people will go through problems, but an empathic person can feel everybody's problems, can feel everybody's walks through life, and they can take on all of their problems. They can, they can just take them on as if that they were their own. They would probably be mistaken or seen as, oh, you're bipolar, or you're crazy, or this or that. And, it's not always the case. There have been so many people that I've met, and I've been like, oh, I can tell you're an empathic person. I can just tell by the way you present yourself. And then, a few days later or a week later, they'll tell me, oh, I need my medication because I'm bipolar or something. And it's like, oh, they got you. But anyway, so for empathic people, it is important to have your own space and to flush out all that energy that you absorb. But for people who aren't as empathic, the same rules do apply. I know it's a little different. But when you're not as empathic, then it is still important that you flush away all of that energy that you do pick up throughout the day, because it can be a little bit mind-boggling. It can be very draining. It can be very exhausting on a different level than from an empathic person. The results may sound the same, but it's still draining. Yeah, just keep that in mind. Just do whatever makes you happy, makes you feel... Now, I don't want to say what makes you happy. Just do what makes you feel more... in tune with yourself, in tune with parts of yourself, and connected, things like that. Now, whenever you do connect with certain parts of yourself, don't be surprised if negative things do happen, because when you do connect with certain energy fields, or your certain fields of your mind, or your body, or whatever, when you connect with certain areas, then sometimes you will feel all of what's going on in there, positive and negative, traumatic blockages, strengths, desires, things that are missing, things that are unexpressed, that are still inside, that aren't really alive, parts of you that are still dead in this area. And sometimes you'll feel it. Sometimes depression will kick in. Sometimes something happy will happen. And as you're feeling happy, you'll all of a sudden start feeling mad or angry, because there's an anger that's attached to happiness. And sometimes you can't experience one without the other. And there are different people who do experience things like this. There are some people who can experience beauty and sadness, happiness and sadness, anger and grief. This can go on. Some people can feel love and hate at the same time. They could also feel love and beauty, love and sadness, vulnerability and strength. Sometimes when you get into certain energy fields of yourself, then you will feel a lot of things that are attached to it. So when you are recharging your batteries, when you are trying to find yourself and just reconnect with whatever part of yourself, whether it's happiness or whatever, being passionate, Just find a source that will help you feel good about that thing, that will help you feel in tune about that thing, and just keep focusing on that. And yeah, recharge your batteries that way. Talk to a person, talk to someone that you love or you care about, someone who makes you feel a certain way. Just talk to them and let them help recharge you. And also, being alone can also be recharging as well, because it's your energy. It's important to find a place where you can invest your energy by yourself or alone. And as you do that, as you find somewhere or something where you can invest your own energy, then you can actually feel in tune about yourself and get to know yourself and explore yourself. A lot of times when people fall in love, they do experience this when they can actually invest themselves into a partner or a person, and the person can actually identify that, and they're able to kind of mirror effect, or, kind of draw out, oh, this is who you really are. This is what you're really capable of. These are parts of you that are unexplored. Well, guess what? I'm your partner, and I'm going to give you that space. You're going to invest your energy into me, and I'm going to give you that space. So let us both explore these things together. Sometimes a partner can hold the darkness of their partner, and that will allow that partner to be able to explore themselves, since their other partner is holding on to their darkness. I know I'm saying partner a lot, but if that probably does make sense. I feel like it would make sense for some people. You can be who you are, and your partner can hold on to your darkness, and that will allow you to feel good about being yourself, and exploring yourself, learning about yourself. So yeah, sometimes having a partner can actually make you feel good about yourself. Whenever you go, there's always a silver lining with everything. And sometimes when you can accomplish some things, you can also fall into the opposite of it. And what I mean by that is people will find relationships, and they will invest themselves into that relationship and say, all of my eggs are in this basket toward you. Now, with that being said, having a romantic partner or a lover, like I said, can awaken parts of yourself that you otherwise can't unlock on your own. At the same time, your partner can also seemingly have the opposite effect, where you lose yourself, where you lose parts of yourself. And I think I'm going to do a different recording going more into that. But I mainly wanted to talk about recharging your batteries, and I'm kind of failing at that. But this is a random conversation, but I feel like I do need to post this, so I'm going to post it. I'm not going to give it a big title, maybe, but whatever. So yeah, what happens if you lose your charger? Well, I mean, if you do lose a source that helps you recharge, that person is going to be gone, but they're always going to leave a part of themselves behind in you. And as you go through life, it is important to understand that through grief and through death, there can be a rebirth or an awakening, and of some sort, of what the people left behind in you, all the good things that you experience with them, all the great things. It's all still there. The memories, the good times, the lessons, they're all still there inside of you, just living within you now. And it is important to hold on to keep those things with you, to remember them, to say, hey, this person did that for me, this person did this for me, and I'm always going to remember that. They're always going to walk with me. They're always going to be with me now, even though they're not here. A piece of them is always going to be with me now forever, for as long as I live, as long as I keep going. Some part of them is always going to be with me. And yeah, it's going to hurt. When you lose people, it's going to hurt, but it's important to just remember all the good times you had with that person. It's so weird talking about, death and when you lose somebody, because it's so weird. It's like it triggers something in you, but you don't really know, you don't really understand the impact of it until you actually have gone through it. Until you actually have lost somebody, then it's like a feeling that just comes right back, But I think for people who have lost somebody, they'll kind of understand where I'm coming from. That they're always going to be there in some way. And also that it is important to cherish the people that are around you no matter what. Some people, they're so cruel to us, they're mean to us, they're bad. And it's important to love those people, but a certain kind of love. Sometimes when people come in our lives and they're like bad to us, then we'll hate them and we'll say, hey, you treated me like this, you did that to me. But forgiveness is important, because when I say forgiveness and when I say, still love these people, it's because sometimes people are sent into our lives to teach us lessons. Friends are sometimes here to keep us where we're at. Enemies are sent to us to elevate us to new levels in life and to help us understand parts of ourselves that we most likely wouldn't face or deal with unless we had an enemy who reflected those problems back at us. It is important to go through the notions, go through everything that these people make us go through, or other feelings, go through the feelings. But at the end of the day, if you move on from them, if they leave, just keep that in mind that, hey, this person treated me so badly, but they taught me how strong I was. This person was so rude and disrespectful to me, but I had to learn how to respect myself enough to leave. And they taught me that lesson. This person did something so cruel to me and traumatized me, but I learned that I had the strength to overcome, and I created something within myself that I had to choose to create. And yeah, I am talking from experience when I say that. When someone inflicts something upon you, no matter how old you are, no matter how deep that wound is or that scar is, sometimes you don't want to be strong because you don't want to accept the fact that whoever did what they did to you will get away with it, and that you are a creation of what they inflicted upon you. That you've lost yourself, you've lost your own identity, you've lost you, and now this person that violated you, that violated your mind and your soul, is now a part of you becoming something new. And it's like they're still there. It's like they're not leaving, because now by you trying to move on into something new or becoming a better person or a different person, it seems like they created you into being that person, and you reject that, and therefore you reject the healing, and therefore you reject wanting to become better or wanting to be better or being happy. I know there are some people who have dealt with that, who do feel that way, who don't want to get better because they don't want to accept what has happened to them. Again, from experience, I say that, and I want to say that when you become a new person, what they did to you first is what they've inflicted upon you. But the person that you do become next is your choice. That is your power. That is what you are going to birth within yourself. That is who you are and who you want to become. So just keep that in mind, and don't let that pain hold you back, because of the pain that they inflicted on you, whether intentional or not, that is the pain that they wanted to inflict upon you. And if you stay there, then they really do have the power. They really do have control. But finding that strength to better yourself comes with the price of you realizing that you have that choice, you have that power to become a new person that you want to be. Anyway, so yeah, this is just a conversation, a talk. Hopefully that helps somebody. Hopefully that helps everybody who listens to it. I understand. And I just want to, before I go, invest yourself in something, invest parts of yourself in whatever, and even if you have weekly routines that help you stay connected with certain things, going to church, doing spiritual things, doing yoga once a week, doing something happy once a week, or something, exercising, whatever it is, visiting family, even once a week visiting family, something that just keeps parts of you alive. Because if you don't practice these things or keep these things alive, they'll just kind of flap. They'll just slowly leave you. They'll slowly be like, hey, I'm starving right now. I don't have a lot of strength to be a part of your life and to keep living on, It is important to have hope. With hope, you can create a better future for yourself. You can create a better future for your children, for whoever. So keep hope. It is important to keep spirituality. It is important to keep many parts of yourself alive. Every part of yourself alive. So just make a note, get a paper, get a vision board, get something, and just, as you're feeling things, write it down, and just say, oh, wait, yeah, I'm feeling ashamed right now. So everything that makes me feel ashamed, write that down. When that moment is over, you're going to realize that a lot of that stuff that you wrote on that list, you're not going to feel anymore, until something else happens that triggers you feeling ashamed again. Then all those feelings are going to come back. Same thing as if you are feeling inspired, or if you're feeling scared. If you're feeling scared, then you're going to be more in tune with things that actually make you feel scared. And then that's when you get your paper and you write down the list. And yeah, when you're feeling inspired, when you're feeling a certain way, then write that down under that category. I feel happy with this, happiness. And then under that list of happiness is when you write down everything that makes you happy, And I'm saying all that because when you do start to get more in tune with yourself and what you want your life to be, what you want your life to be filled with, then you can write down a list of those things that you want. And then you can find healthy ways to invest those things into your life and incorporate them. And as you do that, you start feeding those parts of yourself. And then when you feed those parts of yourself, then that's going to be what you see. That's going to be how you see the world. It's going to be how you feel about the world. What you feel is how you see the world. It's how you view the world, and is how you experience it. So just keep that in mind. It's a very simple formula, and we're living in a spiritual age now. We're living in an age now where everything in society is so jumbled up together. Everything from philosophy to religion to astrology to astronomy to the planets to wisdom to other people's cultures and their issues to racism to all of these different problems and issues. And we're all throwing each other's problems at each other, and we're saying this isn't right, this isn't justice, this isn't cool, this isn't good, And at the end of the day, we're just so overloaded with so much, and it's so hard to focus on just what we need to focus on or what we want to focus on, because there's so much information, so much being thrown at us. And it makes it hard to create a life that we want when we take on so much. And, just try your best. Live good. Just keep things simple. That's all you need to do. And things will be all right. It'll work out. All right, I feel like it's time. Come on. There it goes. Okay. I feel like it's time for me to go inside now and stop this recording, stop this video. I only planned... I talked for this long, and I said what I felt like I needed to say. So thank you for whoever listened to this all the way through. Stay strong, and just know God's looking out for you. And thank you for listening, and do the best with what you got, and have a good day.